Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Tomb Raider Legend. I'm Arthurian, aka I keep screwing up how somewhere with the L's and such. Yeah, don't know what it is lately, but yeah, let's get started with England.
There seems to be a fine line between coincidence and irony.
You sure about that map?
Unfortunately, there was some nonsense about the discovery of the real King Arthur's tomb here years ago, soon discredited. And yet another roadside attraction was born.
Well, let's see what we can see, shall we? At least it should be educational.
Okay.
Either housekeeping should be fired, or no one's been inside for months.
The ladder. Okay, it's dark in this place, so we need the flashlights. We also needed to find quite a bunch of the hidden rewards, because this level has the most so far, and I think the most of the entire game. I haven't checked up how many rewards there are in other levels, but I think with 15 compared to what we've had so far, this one takes the cake.
This place has seen better days.
It's been condemned since the death of the owner, one Professor Worth. I shudder to think that at one time he had students.
Yeah, to the main power break. And my notes are don't really fit here anymore. Okay. So let's take a quick second look here.
Now this is familiar enough.
Go for it, Lara. Test your royalty.
Sword in the stone.
No King of England jokes, Alister. I probably have to turn on the power first.
So my notes were right. Okay, this place is kind of funny, but it also has the least combat until we get near the very end. Because there is going to be combat in these levels, unlikely as it seems, but it's at the very, very end. And just go down and switch on the power.
And we have power.
Hey, now that the power's on, maybe you can go back and pull out Excalibur. It's not Excalibur! The sword in the stone and Excalibur were two different bloody swords! Arthur got Excalibur after the sword in the stone broke in his battle with Pellinore! Oh, good grief, nobody gets it straight! That's because nobody cares.
Boys.
Sorry.
I just love those two. Oh, never noticed this before. Little antique shop. Can I break the glass? Yes. No idea what that's supposed to be. Again, I have to brush up on my Arthurian lore, but I do know that castle, but I can't remember the stupid name.
Come ye hither and hearken to me tale of King Arthur, how he was reared by Sir Ector, but born yea verily of ye loins of King Arthur Pendragon, unbeknownst to all save Merlin. How ye wondrous wizard Merlin disbringeth ye boy Arthur to ye sword in ye stone, which no man has been able to lift up. How Arthur did then taketh ye sword, thusly becoming King of England. Thou too may attempteth to pull yon sword from yon stone, but wilt Merlin find thee kingly enough to enter the true King Arthur Museum?
Yes, I'm going to listen to all of those. I don't think, well, most aren't that long.
Future King, Merlin deems you worthy.
The real Merlin would roll around in the mud and bark at you, and I'm being generous by calling it mud.
There's no difference between stupid and charming with you, is there?
Okay, there's another reward here, somewhere in the dark. Another vent hole. Here. Oh. Yeah, be careful, this place is really broken down. Okay, there's the second one. I'm too lazy to walk over. Okay, let's see. Whenever one of those, whenever you activate one of these attractions, you will get this little story.
Thus did King Arthur gather round his person ye greatest knights of ye realm, that they might be paragons of chivalry and virtue. Gaily they camest, yea, and 'twas an assembly as hadst naught before been seeneth, and verily there was much rejoicing.
Hey, push the button again. It's like electroshock therapy for Alister.
I like to think it keeps him sharp.
Yeah. From what I remember, there were about a dozen or more knights of the Round Table, or a dozen or so knights.
So that there would be no squabbling betwixt ye knights, Merlin bequeathed upon Arthur yon round table, which was a table neither square nor buttressed, but circular in form. 'Twas a symbol of unity and equality, and 'twas from whither Arthur's knights took their name, the Knights of the Round Table.
I'm assuming you're taking notes.
Well, verily.
Yeah, I count 18 seats on that table, so I was close. A dozen and a half.
Behold ye Holy Grail! Such a vision of yon cup of Christ didst verily appeareth to Arthur and his knights, whereupon several amongst them didst quest for to find it anon. And they 'twere Paul, Lancelot, Galahad, Percival, and Bors, and yonder they journeyed, none e'er returning. Though Galahad did see the Grail, and yea, his heart was gladdened muchly.
How did they know he found it if he didn't return? Exactly.
Okay, a few days ago I saw Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade, and I had I guessed 2 of the 4 knights, but I thought there were only 3. Yes, that's a little thing with this map also. There are some places where you can really where you can accidentally hurt yourself. Okay, I believe what we're supposed to do here is jump to that and jump back as it goes down. Go. Now I thought the knights were Percival, Lancelot, and another one, but it seems I was wrong. I just couldn't find the third one's. I just couldn't think of the third one's name, and neither could my parents. Yeah, but so I was wrong. There were 4 instead of 3.
And put of Excalibur, ye mighty sword of legend. 'Twas Merlin who did bringeth Arthur to yon magical lake, wherein didst dwell ye Lady of the Lake. And from her hand didst Arthur take Excalibur, and yea, ye sword couldst ne'er be broken, for 'twas its magic.
I'm confused. Weren't Excalibur and the Sword in the Stone the same thing? They were 2 bloody different swords!
Now, Zip, that was too easy.
Yeah. And we got that. So now we have a crossing. Let me check my opposite the drawbridge vent hole. Crap. It seems that there was a reward back there. Or what the hell? Need to check my notes more and not pay so much attention to Zip's jokes. Or Zip torturing Alister. Forbid. Oh, this or not. What the hell? I'll just slap it on the end. Hello. No, it's right here. So I don't have to find this one after I'm done here. Okay, let's roll on through.
For hours did Arthur and Mordred hackle upon Salisbury Plain. Arthur with Excalibur, Mordred with its scabbard. Then it was that both were disarmed, and Arthur did strike Mordred a fatal blow with the spear of Sir Bedivere. Anon came small tragedy, for Arthur was himself mortally wounded in ye battle, and again. Yon sky didst darken.
There's a logical explanation for that. It's called evening.
You're so literal, Alister. Archaeology is half metaphor, you know.
Okay, let's continue on.
Before he didst die, Arthur badest his knight Bedivere to returneth Excalibur to yon lady of the lake. And lo, this Arthur's body then slumber, and yea, it was borne away to Avalon.
Well, if he went to Avalon, then whose tomb's supposed to be here?
Maybe the grunting Saxon or the Roman fascist that Alister believes the whole legend was built around.
Okay, I didn't really get that one since the prof was still talking.
This is where the truth behind the myth is supposed to be explained. It has been turned into a warehouse.
Fitting. There's been so little truth everywhere else. Why start here? The only factual basis behind the King Arthur myths died centuries before this place was built.
Give Professor Worth some credit. If he had to close an exhibit for renovations, at least he picked the most boring one.
Okay. Yeah, for the first silver reward we have to stack 2 of these on top of each other. The forklift is a bit annoying. Well, at least the lifting and carrying stuff is annoying. Whoa. But it gets top heavy. Controls are a bit wonky with this thing, not for steering but for lifting. I already said that. So you can still pick this thing up. Yes. Now let's not carry it as high. Okay. Come on. Yeah, I'm probably never going to learn to do how to control these things. At least we should have a better hold on it now. Okay. And there we go. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, clipping glitch with it. So, now it should fit. Just put it on top here. Oh, lift it a bit more. There we go, straight, and done. Now we can get up there. Get out of this thing. We need it a bit later, but not now. So now we can just climb this. You're kidding me. Okay, let's try jumping onto this thing. Not, come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, let's put in a third one. Yeah, I highly think I'll speed this up because, well, I'm just moving crates. If that's not worth speeding up, I don't know what is. Okay, exit. And finally, let's get out here.
This must be our kindly professor's office space,
Done up as spottily as his reputation.
said the pot to the kettle. Professor Worth says here that the tomb of King Arthur, the one his museum's built over, is a fake.
No surprise there. At least he knows his museum is for tourists.
But Professor Worth believed the sarcophagus was placed here by Arthur's contemporaries to lure thieves from the gravesite of the actual King Arthur.
Who doesn't exist?
That's where you and the Professor differ.
Yeah, the Professor does have kind of a point there, as Lara will confirm in a short bit. And yes, we do need this thing down here.
This definitely isn't Arthur's tomb.
We knew that already. What's wrong with it?
I've seen enough tombs in my life to know when I'm looking at a cenotaph.
Say who?
A diversion. This place is trying too hard. It's hiding something.
A body?
No, that's the problem.
Okay. Smash the
It's
sarcophagus.
authentic enough for its age, but its age isn't entirely authentic.
And what does that mean? She's saying that the sarcophagus is from around the 11th century, which is when the Arthurian myths were invented. The real Arthur came 5 centuries before, so it's old, but, well, not old enough.
It could be anyone in here, if there's anyone at all. No, there has to be something else here.
Okay, never knew that piece of dialogue there, but there we go. You need to lift this thing up. Come on. You need to lift the fork up a bit, and now we can claim our second silver reward. And now we're getting to the fun part of the of this level. Come on. Boom.
Now this is better.
Nice. Be careful. You don't want to demolish anything important.
I have a velvet.
Okay. Come on. Now we have to pull this thing up. You have to wonder. Oh, it goes up by itself. Why didn't anyone check the walls? Prof knew it was fake. prefer the slow way.
I decided to take the slow way down instead.
Should have told that to the forklift.
You can grab that reward from here. You can grab that reward from here. And there should be a third one in this room. In a small tunnel. From a collapsing ledge. But yeah, as I was saying, if the professor knew... Oh. Not here. Oh, that was close.
Be careful, Lara.
Please, Alister. This will take some concentration.
Yeah, pipe down, Alister. Or I won't let you sit up front with me anymore.
Yeah, if the professor knew this one was a fake, then why didn't he check the walls? And hello, there's a bronze. Oh, that's the one. That must be it. Quickly mantle to the left and climb up here. There we go. Oh. No, can't grab it like this. Oh yeah, so when you want to grapple something, it must be on screen. You can shoot things that are off screen, but you can't grapple things that are off screen. Oh crap. For a second there I thought it might just collapse on me anyway. That's just tunnel. Next reward is near some traps. And jump. Most of this place will collapse on the, if you're not careful or not fast enough. Yeah, if you're not fast enough. It's a little used to being careful if the place collapses around you. And there we go.
Glad you made it down safely.
So am I.
That doesn't mean you don't have to be quiet anymore.
Okay. Ah, yes. These. This is a switch, believe it or not. But it doesn't come into play until we get back here. Once we are going on our way out. It is involved with getting the gold rewards.
Looks like there's oil seeping into the water table. Who knows how long it's been burning? I wonder if the architect's design deliberately took this into account.
Yeah, weird designer then, and weird architect then. Oh, this.
There's your answer, Alister.
Wow. You know you're gonna ruin your boots.
Not on the path I'll need to take.
Okay, never really figured out this trap. Yeah, of course, avoid the fire, but you're probably going to have to spend a medkit anyway. Why this thing isn't scorching hot, I don't know. I don't really care. I believe here, yes, on the second run, they burn permanently, it seems. So definitely going to need medkits for this. But the later ones do go on and off. The last one doesn't seem to even turn on, so there we go. And done. That's the first time I've gone through that without having to spend a medkit. And now we just pull that thing over here and climb over.
Maybe there's a way up and over.
Hello. Yeah, that doesn't seem too nice, huh?
This looks like my garbage disposal. I hope you're not leaving through there, Lara. There must be a way to stop them up.
I certainly hope so.
Yes, and here we have our way of stopping it up. Let's see. There's a reward hidden in here as well. Multiple even. Oh yes, you can't use the grapple through those things, but it will cut it in half, but it won't destroy it. So let's take a quick look over here and push this thing through. Come on. I really don't like it when you get backed up to the wall like that, and the camera changes like that. Yeah, nice. Now let's clog this thing up and take a look at the other side there. Probably something around. Oh, if the reward is in that room, it's probably hidden around the corner. I have to keep an eye out for the other two switches, which are needed to get the gold reward. I'll probably just call them medals, because that's practically what they are. Ah, is that a silver one? Blade trap room, yes. Okay. Nope, what the hell is... Okay, now we can continue on. Don't really know... yeah, it's... it isn't really necessary to get the second box, the second crate, but it is useful when you're going back. So we don't have to move our crates back from that trap to that one again. You can just clog them both up. Whoa, this one's going pretty fast. Okay, oh, come on. Okay, oh, hello. Come on, push. Now's our chance. There we go. Okay, let's see. Must be something up there. Oh, let's not unclog that one because it was going so freaking fast. And instead, push this one over here and see where this leads. Okay, this leads back here, and here's one of those switches I was talking about. Then number one is probably at the other side there. Yes, let's pull that thing over here and see if we can get there. If we can get up here. Yes. Okay. Then I might as well press these two. Don't know exactly how it works with these. I'm guessing we have to push them in as far as we can. You need to get the access to the gold reward. It says you have my notes says that we have to press them in the order of 1, 2, 3. So when we're going back out, we can push the last one. And that should open a hidden door, or a hidden wall, a hidden passage. And it's as far in as it goes, it seems. Yes. Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, it might be... With these blade traps I got a little theory right now. If you clog one up, the others go faster, it seems. This one really wasn't going this fast before. But they do slow down at points. Oh, I think this is what we need the both crates for.
Jumping that.
No, I'll have to make a path. But it might have been worth trying just to hear you lads squeal about it.